Even celebrity kids try to rebel from their famous parents at times, but for these people, they couldn't escape their family resemblances no matter how hard they tried. We'll show you some kids who grew up to look just like their star parents. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button to get more from the taco. Now let's get started. Demi Moore and Rumer Willis. Demi Moore has had a long and successful acting career in Hollywood. Other than her talent, she's long been praised for her good looks, starting when she was very young. Although she's now in her 50s, she's still frequently praised for being a gorgeous and glamorous woman. This makes it high praise that her daughter Rumer Willis is said to strongly resemble her mother. Demi Moore has 3 daughters with her now ex-husband Bruce Willis, Rumer, Scout, and Tallulah. But it's her eldest daughter Rumer who most strongly takes after Demi Moore. There's clearly some genetic influences from her father Bruce Willis, but Rumer and her mother practically look like twins. Considering the age difference between Rumer and Demi is over 20 years, that's pretty impressive. And the resemblance between these two is much more than skin deep. Rumer credits her mother with helping her become the person she is today. Tom Hanks and Colin Hanks. If you've done a double take when viewing actor Colin Hanks on screen, we don't blame you. The resemblance to his famous father Tom Hanks is absolutely uncanny, and he isn't just following his father's footsteps in the looks department. Colin is also a respected actor and filmmaker in his own right. He's appeared in movies such as Orange County and King Kong and had many television roles as well. You might think Colin would benefit from his father's extensive acting experience, but he claims the two prefer to talk about other things. After all, when you have limited time to catch up with your dad, who wants to spend it talking about work? Both Tom and Colin Hanks try to keep show business talk strictly on set and not take it home with them. We wonder how often they discuss the family resemblance between the two of them. Jack Nicholson and Ray Nicholson. Jack Nicholson is an iconic actor who is now in his 80s. He spent over 60 years of his life performing in films such as One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Shining, and Terms of Endearment. Since he starred in so many of our favorite films over the years, we've naturally gotten used to seeing his unique look and iconic grin. That's why we were so surprised to see his features replicated so perfectly on his son, Ray Nicholson. Unlike his father, Ray hasn't landed any major roles, but he has appeared in several films. He also has experience working behind the scenes, including an assistant director credit for a reunion. Ray was born when Jack Nicholson was 54 years old and has grown up to be the spitting image of his father as a young man. Uma Thurman and Maya Hawke. Uma Thurman is a gorgeous and talented actress who has passed both her good looks and skills down to her kids. First, there's her son, Lavon Hawke, and it's easy to see the family resemblance there. With their matching blonde hair and blue eyes, there's no doubt that Uma and Lavon are related to one another. While their similarities are impressive, they're dwarfed by the fact that Maya Hawke looks exactly like Uma. Like her mother, Maya Hawke is an actress who has starred in the BBC adaptation of Little Women. In fact, it seems as if Uma Thurman has been giving her daughter some space in Hollywood to figure out her own career instead of living in her shadow. At the 2018 Met Gala, mother and daughter chose to walk the red carpet separately and in strikingly different outfits. Although their clothes were different, there was no denying the family resemblance. Blythe Danner and Gwyneth Paltrow. The women in Gwyneth Paltrow's family bear a great resemblance to one another. First, there's actress Blythe Danner, the mother of Gwyneth Paltrow. Among her many achievements, she's best known for portraying Martha Jefferson in 1776 and Dina Burns in Meet the Parents. There's no denying that her daughter Gwyneth looks exactly like her. As if having your daughter as a mini-me wasn't great enough, there's Blythe's granddaughter Apple Martin. She's the daughter of Gwyneth Paltrow and musician Chris Martin. It's too early to tell if she'll be a successful actress like her mother and grandmother, but the family resemblance is definitely strong. Apple looks just like Gwyneth, who also looks just like Blythe. She even has a sweet nod to her grandmother in her name, since her full name is Apple Blythe Martin. Kim Basinger and Ireland Baldwin. Kim Basinger has an extensive history in Hollywood. She's been a model and actress for years and got her big break when she was cast as Bond girl Domino Patacci in Never Say Never Again. She met her second husband Alec Baldwin while filming The Marrying Man, and the two later married themselves. Although the marriage ultimately didn't last, Kim and Alec had a daughter named Ireland Baldwin. Fashion model and actress Ireland has been quick to praise her mother's good looks in the past, but she's really also complimenting herself. The resemblance between Kim and Ireland is absolutely uncanny, and the mother and daughter duo is incredibly close. Ireland Baldwin has been making a name for herself in the fashion world, and we imagine her resemblance to her famous mother will be a huge asset. Vanessa Paradis and Lily Rose Depp. There's no denying that famous actor Johnny Depp has a distinctive look, but he's not the parent that Lily Rose Depp takes after. For over 10 years, he was in a relationship with Vanessa Paradis, and they have 2 children together. In addition to her music and acting careers, Vanessa is also known for her work with luxury brand Chanel. In fact, designer Karl Lagerfeld once referred to Vanessa Paradis as his muse, which is extremely high praise. Not only did her daughter Lily Rose inherit all of her features, but she also inherited her love of all things Chanel. In 2017, Lily Rose Depp starred in a campaign for Chanel's beauty line in addition to her other modeling gigs. It seems as if she's following in her mother's footsteps by pursuing both acting and modeling. Maybe she'll even venture into the world of music at some point. She's already appeared in the video for All Around the World by Reggie Snow. Susan Sarandon and Eva AMURRI Martino. Susan Sarandon is a well-respected actress who has a long and eventful Hollywood career. She has 3 children, including a daughter named Eva AMURRI Martino. From the start, Eva closely resembles her mother, and the 2 even work together. Eva appeared in The Banger Sisters, which Susan starred in. Later, the mother-daughter duo guest-starred in an episode of Friends, which involved Susan slapping Eva. Thankfully, these 2 acting professionals didn't let this impact their working or personal relationship. Susan Sarandon is 5'7" tall, which is above average for a woman. However, Eva is still a few inches taller than her mother, despite their incredibly close physical resemblance. Eva AMURRI Martino has now been in several movies and television shows without her mother by her side, but we wonder if we'll get to see them work together in the future. Cindy Crawford and KAIA Gerber. As time goes on, the resemblance between Cindy Crawford and her daughter only seems stronger. When Cindy Crawford was 51 years old, she shared a yearbook photo of her 16-year-old daughter, KAIA Gerber. Compared to Cindy's own yearbook photo, the resemblance was absolutely uncanny between this mother and daughter pair. Obviously, genetics play a huge role, but KAIA claims that her mother is also her beauty and fashion role model. In fact, KAIA confessed that she got most of her beauty tips growing up from her mother. We suppose when your mother is a world-famous model, it makes sense to listen to her beauty advice. According to both mother and daughter, the 2 have very similar personalities as well. They both tend to handle stress the same way and can't stand being even a little bit late to an appointment. Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson. According to actress Goldie Hawn, she's always shared a very special bond with her daughter, Kate Hudson. She claims that she and Kate have shared an immeasurable amount of laughter, love, and joy over the years. According to Goldie, they truly understand each other on a deep level. But in addition to sharing an unbreakable bond, the 2 also look undeniably similar. Seeing a picture of a young Goldie Hawn is enough to make fans do a double take to be sure they're not really looking at a photo of Kate Hudson. But even as adults, it's impossible to deny the family resemblance between these 2. No matter how old she gets, Kate admits she still turns to her mom for guidance during life's everyday problems. In fact, Kate claims the best love advice she ever received was from her mother, and it was to be true to yourself. Meryl Streep and Mamie Gummer. If you've ever watched the movie Heartburn starring Meryl Streep, you may have noticed a young girl who looked suspiciously like the award-winning actress. Although she was credited under the name Natalie Stern, it was really Meryl's own daughter, Mamie Gummer. But nowadays, there is definitely no hiding the fact that these 2 women are mother and daughter. They look so much alike, it's even a little bit uncanny. Meryl Streep has 4 children with her husband, Don Gummer. Although it's clear that her other daughters, Grace and Louisa, also take after their mother, it's not as close as the resemblance between Meryl and Mamie. And like her mother, Mamie is pursuing her own acting career. She played the titular role in Emily Owens' MD and has made appearances in The Good Wife, Side Effects, and Cake. Considering the fact that her mother is one of the most famous actresses of all time, Mamie has some pretty big shoes to fill. Tina Knowles and Beyonce Knowles. When it was announced that pop superstar Beyonce was going to have a baby, the world went wild at the news. Since then, we've delighted in watching little Blue Ivy Carter grow up and look more and more like her famous mother. Even her grandmother Tina Knowles admits to being blown away by the strong family resemblance between Beyonce and Blue. Although Blue is still young, we can't wait to see if she still looks so much like her mother as she grows up, but we think there's a good chance she will since there is a precedence in the Knowles family. Everyone knows Beyonce and her mother are very close and they even resemble one another physically. To show off the similarities between herself and her daughters, Solange and Beyonce, Tina even dressed up as them for some quick photos. Jerry Hall and Georgia May Jagger. Although Georgia May Jagger's most famous parent may be her father, musician Mick Jagger, he definitely isn't the one she takes after. Instead, Georgia looks much more like her mother, model and actress Jerry Hall. One day while vacationing on the French Riviera, a young Jerry Hall was discovered by a talent agent who started her on her modeling career. Soon, Jerry was staying in a Paris apartment with fellow aspiring stars Grace Jones and Jessica Lange. Her mother's impeccable beauty opened up a lot of doors for her, and it seems Georgia has the same advantage. Not only do mother and daughter look just like each other, but they even have the same sense of fashion, which further enhances the family resemblance. They push this to the limit by wearing similar dresses to Jerry's wedding to media mogul Rupert Murdoch. Lisa Bonet and Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz is another woman with two celebrity parents who is famous in her own right. She's the daughter of musician and producer Lenny Kravitz and actress Lisa Bonet. As for Zoe, she clearly gets her talents from both of her parents, and she's a musician, model, and actress. But when it comes to her looks, there is no denying which of her parents she takes after. Although there is a 21-year age difference between mother and daughter, it can be difficult to notice at first glance. They even wear their hair in a similar style, further enhancing their resemblance. When both of them were featured in an ad campaign by Calvin Klein, fans were shocked to see how Lisa Bonet and Zoe Kravitz looked side by side. Minnie Riperton and Maya Rudolph. Many people don't know that famous actress Maya Rudolph also had a famous mother. Minnie Riperton was a musician best known for her hit song Lovin' You and her impressive vocal range. Sadly, she underwent a very public battle with breast cancer and passed away in 1975. Although Maya Rudolph was only a child at the time, she's grown up to closely resemble her famous mother. She was too young to understand the extent of her mother's fame, but Maya remembers Minnie's beautiful singing voice and her kindness and energy. To pay tribute to her late mother, Maya named her fourth daughter with director Paul Thomas Anderson, Minnie. After her mother passed away, Maya was raised by her father and claimed she felt a lack of connection from her mother's side of the family when she was growing up. Despite this, Maya has grown up to be a successful actress and one that strongly resembles her beautiful mother. What do you think about the family resemblance between these celebrities and their kids? Who do you think looks the most like a parent? Tell us what you think in the comment section, then hit the subscribe button to get more videos from the taco. Bye for now!